order to see your grades, all we have to do is click the grades tab. Also, look at Abby's little mouse. It's a little fat cat. Click on grades for me. All right, so Abby, don't scroll anywhere yet. But I'm going to have Abby scroll here in a second. We're going to talk about all of these different sections. So she is at the top of her grades tab. You can see where it says final calculated grade. You can see that Abby has earned 558.3 points out of a possible 566 points. What's wrong with Abby? She's missing so many points. Again, just picking on Abby. She's doing fantastic. So you can see how many points you have, out of how many points are possible, and then you can see your grade. So it gives you your letter grade. And just a reminder, these are technically passing. They are technically passing. However, if you have a D in math at the end of the semester, you are going to be pulled for extra sessions semester 2 because you're saying to us, based off that grade, that you are struggling. So you are going to get extra sessions put onto your plan if you end the session with a D. Use your reaction button at the bottom. Use that reaction button. Give me a thumbs up. I understand. Not the raise hand button. Use that react and then the thumbs up button. Tyler, if you have a question, throw it in the chat for me. Look at all those thumbs floating. All righty. So let's talk about the first section. Abby, can you start scrolling down for me? So this first section, it says student information, and it's listed as student access because this is all of the different information you need to be able to access the different stuff that we use. So the first thing that's on there is your Atlas State issue ID number. So if you need that, it's there. Your student ID number is there for you. Your IXL username and password is there. So if you're struggling with logging in with ClassLink, if you want those, it's right there. Your email address is there. Keep scrolling down. We haven't been using ClassKick a lot, but if you ever need that class code, your class code is there. This program monitoring section doesn't matter. There's nothing there for anybody, and I don't know how to get rid of it, so just ignore that and keep scrolling to the next section for me and then pause. I want to talk about this IXL.
Yes, tell me.
Honey, I am going to go ahead and mute you just because of the background noise. Just so you know, you'll see that pop up as muted, but you're good. I did it for you. Can you go back to your grades tab? Thank you. So IXL focus skills, you'll notice that it says Unit 1 IXL bonus focus skills. All of the IXL skills that you complete that were assigned as part of Unit 1 were for bonus. So you'll see how many of those you may have earned right here. Unit 1, scroll down for me a little bit. This says Unit 1. These are all of the quizzes and test grades right here. Scroll back up just a little bit. I'm sorry. I forgot. I need to see that header for Unit 1. So do you see, Abby, can you put your mouse where it says 100% in that Unit 1? So you can see which units you might need to be focusing on by looking in the header for that unit. If you have anything lower than a 60%, it means that that unit, you are struggling on it and you are not passing that unit with the information that you need. So for Unit 1, if this says less than 60%, you need to be focusing on Unit 1. We'll talk about how you can do that in a second. Scroll down for me. We're going to Unit 2. Unit 2 is the exact same way. So Unit 2 gives you how many IXL bonus points you might have earned from that unit. And then the Unit 2 section shows what your overall percentage for that section is. So again, hover over that 98.5 for me, Abby. If this says anything less than 60%, that means, hey, this is definitely a unit I struggled on and I need to focus on. You can scroll down and you can see all of the quizzes and the test scores from that unit. Unit 3 is set up the exact same way. You can see Unit 3, it says IXL focus skills. It shows you how many you may have gotten. And then it says Unit 3 is a header and gives you a percentage. So hover over 95.4 for me. 95.4%. Abby did fantastic on this unit. She doesn't need to focus on it at all. But if this says anything less than 60%, you know that this is a unit you need to focus on. So go on to Unit 4 for me, Abby, because Unit 4 is the exact same setup. Unit 4 is set up the exact same way. So you have Unit 4 for those IXL bonus points. You can see how many you may have earned. And then it has the section for Unit 4. So it says Unit 4, hover over the 91.7 for me. So you can see your overall score from that unit. If this says anything less than 60%, that's your focus. If this says anything less than 60%, you know you need to focus on Unit 4. So before we do any more scrolling, during Units 1 through 4, your expectation in IXL is to spend 60 minutes working on something in IXL, either your recommendation wall or those IXL skills that went along with the unit, and you earned bonus points off of those. Give me a thumbs up. You remember that's how we started our year. Abby's got a thumbs up. And it's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't. I'm just asking. Give me a thumbs up in that reaction or a thumbs down. All right. So Unit 5, that 60-minute requirement went away. So in Unit 5, it no longer was 60 minutes. And instead, we transitioned to having specific skills be required, which were just the focus skills that we wanted and needed and encouraged you to do anyway. So in Unit 5, I've gone ahead and listed these for you. These were required. They were posted inside the assessment folder right next to your quizzes. So they were on your plan. You got some emails, you got a course announcement, but these were required starting in Unit 5. So I want you to hover over for me the very top. It says Unit 5 IXL required focus skills. Hover over that 90 out of 90. Abby did fantastic on this, but it says 90 points. Give me a reaction. Give me a reaction. 90 points. Is that a big graded item? It's a big graded item, but it's not one assignment. There are 9 focus skills from Unit 5. There are 9 focus skills from Unit 5. You earned 10 points as a graded assignment for each one of them. You need a SMART score of 80 or higher to get those points. And you can see what you scored on each one of them underneath that graded item. So you can see that Abby scored, actually, what did Abby score as her SMART score on skill 6UI? 6 umbrella Yankee, 6UI. What did Abby score on that IXL skill? Put it in the chat for us. Just testing to see who can find it. Who can see it? Who can read their grade book? 6UI. What was Abby's SMART score? Yeah, it was 83. I can't put a poll on our screen right now because of the way those are set up in Engagely. I hate it, but I can use our reactions. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Does Abby need to keep working on skill 6UI? Thumbs up or thumbs down. Does Abby need to keep working on them? Nope. SMART score of 80 or higher and she's done. She does not need to keep working on this skill. Give me a thumbs up or down. Does Abby need to keep working on Unit 5's IXL skills? Nope. And we know that because Abby has 90 out of 90 points on them. We know that she's done with Unit 5 because she's received full credit on that. If she hadn't, we could figure out which ones she needed to work on by looking to see which ones had less than an 80. But Abby's done with Unit 5. Abby, scroll on for me and let's look at Unit 6. There's Unit 5's tests and quizzes. Here's Unit 6. It's set up the exact same way. You can see the amount of them that she has completed successfully by seeing the IXL required focus skill grades. So she's got 90 points. That means she did all 9 of them. And then you can see your SMART score for each of them. So you know if you're missing some points, which ones to be working on. Abby, you've been a fantastic screen share. I'm going to go ahead and end that for you. Mailed it out to you before break. It's also in that pinned announcement at the top of our course. These are the focus skills that come with each unit. So you'll notice some of them are in yellow. The ones that are in yellow are the ones that aren't exactly the skills that were covered from that unit, but they're those foundational skills. Somebody remind us, what's a foundational skill? Chloe, I'll answer that in a second. What is a foundational skill?
Something that helps like build your knowledge, or is it
Sorry,
like a
Abby.
review?
I'm gonna have to pause you for a second. Tyler, I need you to not be distracting, okay? You know that that is not what I'm talking about, and you know that that's going to distract your friends. I need you to focus on what I'm talking about, and I need your friends to do the same. Sorry, Abby. Go ahead and explain what those foundational skills are for us.
The foundational skill is like it's gonna help you like build your knowledge that it's easier to do other things. Kind of like Kiwi said in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's lots of great answers in the chat. Abby, your answer was fantastic. I always think of foundational skills as like building a house, because one day I'm going to do that when I'm not broke, which is not today. But one of these days, I'm going to have to build a foundation so that I can put some sticks on it to build my house. And if I have a weak foundation, maybe there's a bunch of cracks in my concrete, is my house going to last very long? No, it's not. It's going to break. It's going to fall down. I'm going to be like one of the 3 little pigs with the like straw house that, you know, huff and puff and fall straight down. I don't want a weak foundation when I build a house. We don't want a weak foundation when we're learning skills. So that's why these ones that are highlighted in yellow are on here. Even though some of them you might click on, like for example, this one, you might click on it and it says it's a grade 6 skill. And you're like, hey, I'm in grade 7. Why is this on my required list? That's why. We have to know this to be successful. So these ones that are in yellow also should be the easiest for you to show mastery on, or the quickest for you to show mastery on, because it's something you've seen before. Give me a thumbs up. I'm good with that. It makes sense. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so here's all of the skills from Unit 1. Here's all of the skills from Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5, Unit 6. If you go into your grade book and you see that you're struggling, for example, with Unit 1, the most efficient way for not only you to improve your grade, but to ensure that you're retaining the information you need to retain in order to be successful next semester and next year, is to not focus on those quizzes and tests that you might need to redo or make up. It's to do these IXL skills. If you show a SMART score of 80 or higher on all of the IXL skills from a unit, somebody tell me what happens to your grades. Cameron, tell me.
You get plus 10 points on IXL or from IXL.
Well, I mean, you get bonus points. That's true, but that's not really what I'm looking for. It is true that you get bonus points.
What was the question?
If you show a SMART score of 80 or higher on all of these, what happens to your grades on those quizzes and tests that you took on the JTL? Maybe you missed one and had a holding 0, or you scored real low on it.
It kind of like makes up for it, right? You don't have to do it.
That is exactly it. I use this score to replace your grade on that quiz, on all those quizzes and tests, because this is just a different way for you to show mastery. Those quizzes and tests ask you very similar questions. This is just a different way for you to show mastery and focus on the focus skills from that unit. You get bonus points too. You do get bonus points. So if you only do like these and you don't do the last one, you'll get a bonus point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 6 bonus points, but it wouldn't replace your grades. You have to do all of them for it to replace your grades, but you get bonus points if you only did some of them. Give me a thumbs up. That makes sense.